want to welcome you guys all to my big brother funeral.
Can't find an individual to hate, because I hate you all.
Welcome to Not Game, All Personal. Hey, we are a Big Brother podcast here to talk about all things Big Brother, more specifically the premiere of season 27. I had to glance there. It's the first time I said that out loud.
You sounded unsure.
I'm Nathan. This is Tony. Tony, are you ready for a good murder mystery this summer?
I love a murder mystery. You know me, big murder mystery guy over here. I'm excited for the most entertaining part of the Big Brother season to just be this first couple weeks as per usual.
Yeah, I definitely
So I am
have
excited.
like
What I'm saying, genuinely excited because this is as good as it's gonna get. I feel like.
Yes, no surprise. I think this is going to be like the peak excitement. I think especially like watching this first episode being like I don't hate anyone yet. I'm not frustrated yet. There is optimism to be had, but I will say I think we are on the up and up with Big Brother seasons. I feel like past 2-3 seasons, not bad. We had a pretty rough go. Seasons 21, 22, 23 was, fine. But like 24, 25, 26, not the worst.
Yeah.
Which is like a compliment to this show.
And they brought back the AI arena. And genuinely, if you had asked me, like, what's the one thing you want them to do, it would have been just do that again. Don't screw that up. That was good.
Yes. Yep. I completely agree. I think we went to great lengths last season to express how we thought that was a great twist, which is, again, very rare for Big Brother, but they did something right and they kept it, so kudos to them. Let's hope, I don't know, this season isn't ruined, I guess.
Hey, I don't know. If they didn't already ruin it, I don't know if they will.
Here is my first question for you, okay?
Yes.
I think the
I
big
was gonna
question.
say, where do we want to start?
Well, the biggest question going into tonight was they pretty much announced that there was going to be a 17th house guest. That was the big tease, along with the whole theme of being a murder mystery. This specific house guest, I think, was like all but confirmed by many sources leading up until the episode.
Yeah.
At least like. I think you texted me maybe like a week ago, and I was like, I've seen nothing. But then over the past couple days, it's come on my radar, and it felt pretty confirmed that this person was going to be it. But here's my bigger question, though. Okay, I believe it was Vince, if you can remember who Vince is on this season. Rachel Riley walks into the house. Vince says she is on the Mount Rushmore of Big Brother players. Do you agree? Without leading us into a deep, deep tangent, maybe just a shallow tangent, is that accurate?
I think I would be upset about it, but I think she has to have an argument for it. I think she's one of the more iconic Big Brother players. She played twice, which is actually not that common of Big Brother players. But she did it back to back, which is kind of an interesting wrinkle. But I mean, she's one of the most like well-known players, and I don't know. I think that she has an argument. Would I put her there? No. Was she in that probably 8-person, 9-person conversation? Probably.
So, if there's 9 heads on a Mount Rushmore, you
She's
could throw her in
on
there.
that, I think.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
she's comfortably on that. Yeah.
Above her is who? I think Will, Dan. Is Derek? You throwing Derek there, or does he need to do a little bit more since he only did one season? And
I think put Janelle over her.
yep, Janelle would be on there.
Derek, because he only did it once, is tough to put up there.
What about like Cody?
Cody's got a good conversation. For me, Mount Rushmore almost feels like it has to be like people who built the game. Nicole has a good argument, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think Danielle has a good argument.
Yeah.
Even though she never won, which I guess same for Janelle. Yeah, I think there's a couple people in that conversation. I think we
Great.
named the big ones there.
Well, that
Evil
was
Dick.
sure. I mean, that was just clearly my biggest takeaway from this episode was trying to process like obviously it was a line that he was fed, I'm sure,
Hmm.
because I don't know. It's just to me it's an absurd just matter of fact like, well, yeah, Mount Rushmore, Rachel Riley. I'm like, "Ooh, can we just throw that out so confidently?"
Here's the thing: if she was in the house with me, I would immediately be like, "All right, this I gotta pet her ego, pat her ego. I don't know what the right word would be, but I gotta like
Stroke
push
her
her
ego?
ego because she's stroke her ego because she's got a big head. She said what'd she call herself? Reality royalty, I think when
Mhm.
was the first thing she said. Bit extreme, if you ask me. We're questioning if she's even big. No, she's Big Brother royalty. I think that's comfortable.
I mean,
But
in
yeah,
her credit, she has done how many other shows?
I
She
guess
was
I
on
haven't
the
watched her in
Amazing
anything else.
Race for
She's
two
been in a lot.
seasons. She was on the
Hmm.
Traders. I'm also seeing she won Celebrity Fear Factor and Snake in the Grass,
She was
which
on the Traders.
she was on season 1 with Suri.
Completely cut that out of my mind.
Yeah, I mean
Completely forgot.
she was a faithful that like probably got eliminated midway, so her story arc wasn't like as televised
Got it.
as. But yeah, she
I just
was.
forgot.
Yeah, she played along with Cody, Suri. Who else was in that from? Um, yeah, I mean, season 1 was interesting because that was
Stephanie.
still when they had like half normal people before they
Hmm.
completely shifted to only reality stars. But what I'll say is this is now the second person who has played Traders and then played a Big Brother season after being on the Traders, which
Yeah,
is
interesting.
it's super interesting because Big Brother doesn't really have returning players like they're not really known for that, like it's very rare that we have a season where like the fact that like the past two players have been on the Traders. And also I had a uh, a thought because it feels like there's a lot of conflict between specifically Jeff Probst and the Traders, where he has like been very openly bitter against Survivor players that will go on to play Traders. Um,
Mhm.
and there's been online discussion on whether or not that has hurt people's chances to play Survivor again after going on Traders. And I just found that interesting that Big Brother just seems to just not care at all. They're just like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you can go to NBC and then come right back into our house. So it
Yeah.
clearly isn't a CBS issue if it is an issue. If the issue exists at all, it's a Jeff Probst issue.
Yeah, Jeff, I remember reading an interview that he had, and he just thinks so highly of his casting team, and he thinks that they're the best casting team in the world, which like for a show like that, maybe he's not wrong. Honestly, that might be very true. But because of that, he thinks that people going to other shows is them mooching off of their ability or something. But then I remember somebody was like, "Well, what about like Suri?" And he's like, "Oh, Suri has earned like she can do whatever she wants." And so like if Boston Rob or Suri, like there's people who have reached a level where they can do whatever they want. But I do think there's a chance that that's what made it so Carolyn wasn't on this
Mm-hmm.
season on 50. But
Yeah.
anyways, this isn't a Survivor podcast.
No, we could make it
I
one,
mean,
but we're
technically
not.
it is, but
Um, yeah, so Rachel Riley's back in the house, but not as the 17th house guest. She is technically
no.
the 16th house guest, and the 17th still might not play because we got to figure out who is the accomplice to the masked man. Which, does this man have a name? If he did, I didn't catch it. My apologies to the masked man. I feel like he needs a name.
The mastermind.
Is that official, or are you just saying?
I think that's what it was.
Oh, yeah, I got nothing here on the quick scrub of the article I'm reading.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure it was the
so
mastermind.
I guess that's our job is to try to figure it out before what Sunday or whatever to see who
We
which
have
one
feeds. We're supposed to figure it out because I don't think we have feeds until Sunday.
until Sunday. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. This didn't really intrigue me at all. Like I had like half a thought to like rewind the episode and try to like catch clues, but I'm like, because this wasn't live and because this is a pre-taped episode, would they even give us obvious clues? Like it just felt like kind of like a meaningless game that's like I'm not even gonna put any thought into it. I'll just let the show tell me who it is when it's time.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. Did this interest you at all trying to solve this mystery?
I mean, yeah, it's the same as the like saboteur twist that they had in what was that? Was that season like 11, something like that? Where and then everybody just knew who it was immediately and
I think
voted her right away.
that was 12 because that was Rachel's first season.
Oh, maybe that's why they brought. That's probably. I don't know. I wonder if that's part of the
Well, I was
connection.
waiting
That's
for that
interesting.
reference, and it didn't happen yet.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we haven't seen much from Rachel at all.
No.
I have my guess of who it is, but that's
Well,
we'll
who is
see.
it?
You want to we want to speculate right off the bat?
I mean, go ahead. I don't know if
It's
I have a
Ashley.
one, but Ashley?
Yep.
Okay. Well, why do you think that?
I think that they would want to have a split cast gender wise, regardless. So that makes me think it's a woman.
Hmm.
And I feel like she had a lot of confessionals throughout. Um, it seems like she's there to play. She was the only one that like seemed like she wanted to do the HOH or would be willing to do the HOH competition. Um, and yeah, I don't know, just the vibe I get. Everybody
All
else
right.
feels like they fill an archetype that they would want to fill.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she an attorney? Is that her thing?
Yes, she is.
I think I started late and missed her introduction, so that might be part of it as well. But that's who I think it is.
You're like, I don't know anything about her. It must be her.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember is that I did like listen to a podcast about them talking about like all of the house guests earlier today. Like tried to do some research. I'm pretty sure they didn't. Zach doesn't exist, and he would just appeared on my TV tonight.
Yeah, he is one that I think because he looks too much like previous house guests, like he just looks like the generic like I know they fill
Mm-hmm.
archetypes and there are certainly all
Mm-hmm.
the archetypes represented in this episode, but like him especially, there's nothing that stands out with him. So he just like kept on blending in and I had to catch myself like, "Oh wait, this is a new house guest. This isn't like I'm not watching a rerun of a previous season."
Yeah, so I picked Zach or Ashley. Those would be my two guesses for who it is.
Well, I guess I'll throw out two guesses just for the heck of it. Uh, I'm getting Kelly and Lauren mixed up. Lauren's like the super fan, right? And Kelly's the feminist. I can't think of a better way to describe
No,
her. She said
the
it, not
raging feminist was Catherine, I think.
Catherine. Wait, which one's Kelly? Wait, I
Ellie
gotta look
was
at
she's like from
pictures.
South Dakota, country girl,
Oh my goodness. Okay, now I see a picture.
glasses.
That felt very silly.
Yeah,
Okay, yes, Catherine the feminist, Kelly the
and I want to
first.
say raging feminist. That's what she claimed. That's not me
Yes,
saying
that's what.
that.
No, no, no.
She
I
claimed
know.
raging feminist as the first thing she wanted to say to describe herself. And I'm sorry, that's gonna color how I view you. It just is.
Well, yes. I mean, two thoughts on that. One, to me, that's just like such an example of like Big Brother trying to just use the most like generic descriptors to like give you a shortcut to label these people. And because
Mhm.
like once I was like, there's no way that like, because like her whole thing was like, yeah, I'm a feminist and I hope I'm single by the end of this. You know, I'm like, this is so weird. And then my second thought was like, I cannot wait to monitor the Facebook group after this because I am
Oh
sure
yeah,
those people are gonna love hearing that.
love it.
But she's my pick for the accomplice.
Okay, just her.
I
You,
think
you're gonna just
the well okay a two, Morgan. That's probably a bad pick, but I'm gonna stick
Vince
with
and
it.
Morgan are ones that I thought about as well.
Well, here's the thing about Morgan is she's a gamer. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh,
And
she like what? What do you mean by like plays?
she plays games and
Oh,
she
gotcha.
can't let people know that. So the fact that like people haven't figured that out yet tells me that she can probably keep a pretty good lie.
Fair.
Cuz I mean, if they found that out, like she would be out of the house already before
You'd be in
there's
big
an
time
official
trouble.
vote. Like they would just be
Big time
like, "Hey,
trouble.
we're boycotting this season until she's out of the house because she's such a threat." So, I don't know. The fact that she kept it this much of a secret, I think she's probably the accomplice.
Yeah. Yeah, that it feels right. Stupid.
Yeah, she's a gamer.
I think it's a fun
Yeah,
twist to start off the game though, where like immediately you're sowing distrust. And ideally we won't know or they'll get it wrong. They'll come into the game, but they won't get told who it was. And like maybe the accomplice gets like double the money, or like they get something special if they get to the end. So everybody like I love the idea of just sowing that distrust immediately amongst all of them.
yeah. No, I think it's a fun twist. I am curious. Did they say when it'll be announced? Like, do they have the vote immediately? Will that be Sunday's episode?
I would
Or
imagine so. That's my assumption.
because I don't know. I know like the Saboteur did not work at all when they tried it, but I would almost want it to linger a little bit. Like especially when the live feeds come back, give us some time to like look for clues, something.
Mhm.
And cuz I don't know. I think like the chances are they're not going to figure out who this is. My assumption is it has to be a majority vote, right? And it's either they guess correctly or they don't. And if they don't guess correctly, then there's 17 people playing the game.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Unless there's
so
clues that they like lay out.
mhm.
But I hope there's not. I hope it's like traders where like you just got to figure it out. Like, sorry, we're not giving you anything.
Yeah,
No
but
clues,
that's
no
what I'm
tips.
saying where it's like traders you have like multiple votes, you have like competitions, you have like this rapport you build with each other to like narrow it down
Hmm.
to like try to decipher so like if they vote immediately after having just like two competitions and not even a day in the house, I don't think there's going to be any logical decisions being made about who it is. And so I don't know. I think that's going to be like a little bit of a dud if it's just like
Would
we
be
vote now and we're wrong.
interesting is if they had to get through 3 votes. So every week, like every Sunday, they would vote on who they thought that the accomplice was, and the person had to survive that long and not be like one of the 3 people that are voted. I think that would be really fun.
That yeah, that could be interesting.
A little bit more long term, like you can just get somebody out of the house if you can just identify who's messing with things or whatever.
Mhm. Here's the twist though, okay? That person can also choose to not be it anymore. Okay? So they can pass it on. But if they pass it on, they there has to be some sort of incentive, right? Like why would they sabotage stuff? Why would they help the So if they last 3 weeks, they get let's say like a cash prize, okay?
Every week they last, every week they last, they get a certain amount of money. Every time they do this,
Mm-hmm.
they get
Mm-hmm.
money.
They have the option to uh, transfer that identity to someone else. So I'm no longer the accomplice, now it's you. If they do that, then they have to split that with the other person. And
Oh.
if the other person gets out, then they lose it all. So you want to pick someone that like you think like could also survive. So like if you know, because
Hmm.
I don't know, after like week 1 or 2, you know, maybe suspicion is on you, so then you throw it to someone else and hope that they can do it. I'm just saying I should plan this show out. That's a good idea.
He's like, I got ideas.
I got
Yeah,
ideas.
pay me, big brother.
Let's talk about these competitions
Okay.
because I still think I'm a little confused. I think I missed the part where the first competition didn't really like matter or didn't. What did Zach get for winning it? Just
ten
a
thousand
reward?
dollars.
That was
So
it.
target on his back because he already won money.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, right?
Yeah.
Major bummer. And like the other bad part is he found Julie.
The bad part is he found her.
I mean, like
So we don't
I
get Jerry O'Connell for the rest of the season.
can you imagine? Like, what if she was actually dead the whole season? That would have been a good twist.
He's dead the whole. Oh, all right. Murder mystery. Get it?
That was the implication, right?
That's so aggressive. No, she
Yeah.
was taken. I thought for sure that the like mystery house guest was gonna be like Rachel comes in and then gets murdered. And she's like laying on the kitchen table with like ketchup on her for blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did too, especially when I saw like other names being thrown. Like I saw a couple people like suspecting like Boston Rob, which was never gonna happen. But like if it was him, that probably would have been
Yeah.
the case, right? Like just
Harvey
come
was
in.
another one where it's like she just released a book and is on like a book tour. She's not gonna lock herself in a house for 3 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like if it was just a couple hours, just pretend like you're playing the game. Um,
Mm-hmm.
pull what was his name? Mooch from Celebrity Big Brother.
Yes,
Remember that twist?
Scaramucci. Yep, I do remember that
He was
twist.
never a house guest at all.
They
Uh,
got him.
yeah, but no, Rachel is playing the game, and Zach wins nothing. And then the second competition is the one that matters because Jimmy wins it, and his reward is that he decides who can compete for HOH.
Crazy, crazy reward. They made it super easy on him. That's a crazy thing to make somebody do.
What do you mean by that? Who made it easy on him? Like the house guest?
Everybody was like, I don't want to compete. I don't want to do it. Don't even pick me. And then like just a couple people were like, yeah, I'd compete. And don't worry, I wouldn't put you up. Like they made it so easy on him. Imagine
Mm-hmm.
if it was like week like 7 and it was everybody was like gunning for head of household because it was like something big just happened. And it was like, all right, you got to pick 3 people to compete. Who are you picking? Like you're just immediately putting targets on your back. But they made it so yeah. As soon as they said that, I was like, "That's terrifying. That's a genuinely terrifying position." And I
Mm-hmm.
think people recognize that, and for their own social game, were like, "Hey, don't worry about me. I don't want to play."
Do you think that would be a worthwhile twist to throw in later on the season, though? Like, is that something
I
that
don't know
they
that.
could bring back? Or would that, I
I
feel like
don't
that
know
would
that it would
almost
be
be
because
OP.
at that point, the like lines are drawn. It would have to be a very specific week where something happened. Like I think of season 21 when um Jack got voted out and like think or yeah, the one where it's like, oh, Julie's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's crazy inside the house or whatever that was. It would have to be a week like that where everything was up in the air and you didn't know what was gonna happen. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there would have to be like one more wrinkle or rule to it because I think what could happen then is because all this is adding another competition, which the past few seasons have already been way too competition heavy as far as like how to win the game. And let's say like you do have that large alliance that is so annoying and frustrating to watch as a viewer, someone wins that, they just lock out everyone who's not in their alliance from even having the chance of winning HOH.
Hmm.
So I do think like this is probably the only week you could do something like this, but I really wish that there would have been a bit more strategy involved because it feels like he didn't create any enemies, and in fact, like everyone kind of got like everyone who didn't want to play. Like I would have, what I would have done if I wanted max chaos and if I didn't want to win the game, I would have just picked 3 people, or four. He didn't have to pick himself, right? Like I would have just picked
Yeah.
4 people that didn't want it. Like who are the 4 people that don't want this the most, and let me see them scramble. You know,
Hmm.
like let me pick someone to be HOH that doesn't want it, get blood on their hands, and then week 2 comes along, we have an easy target because this person was a bad HOH. Like that would have been awesome, but probably bad gameplay on his part.
Yeah. I let's get back into the lab for just a moment. The person who survives the block gets to pick 6 people to compete in the HOH competition. Like do that for a couple weeks. So if you're the person who just survives on the block, then you get to pick. So you have to think about like, for your vote wise, like, oh, is this person gonna give me the opportunity to fight for HOH or not?
Hmm.
But the person who wins the arena, they don't matter. They don't get that at all. They just survive.
Oh, interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot
Hire
because,
us.
yeah,
Hire us,
wow.
CBS. That does
Um,
the same thing, but it
mhm.
ensures a shift of power, but also the idea that like you're like, okay, I have to pick 6 people. I've picked the 4 people in my alliance, but now I have to pick 2 other people. Who's the least likely to put me up? You get voted out on the week that you got to choose who fought for the HOH. Like stuff like that could happen.
Mhm. Yeah. No, it's definitely an interesting wrinkle, and I think especially this week, like Jimmy could be put on the block. Like that is
Hmm?
possible. Now it probably won't happen, because like at this point you have very little to like build rapport with, and so the fact that he gave Vince the chance to be safe this week, Vince is probably going to honor that, I would assume, because that Jimmy has done more than to Vince than anyone in the house has, right? Like Vince owes him
Hmm.
that much, but that would be a just incredible backstab for someone to put up the person that allowed you the chance to win HOH.
Hmm. But all of them promise not to, and you don't breaking a promise this early would be crazy.
It'd be crazy, but it'd be fun.
It would be fun, and I'm here for fun.
What if, back to the lab, we have a point system where you get rewarded for how many times you lie and backstab? Because
And then you get to use those. Let's call them tokens. And you get to use those tokens to buy advantages in the game, or maybe just like a jar of peanut butter, like whatever you're feeling, you know?
uh-huh. You can harm people who are still in the game even after
Yep.
you leave.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And then we'll never hear of that twist ever again.
Thank you, Mike White.
Oh man. That was his idea, yeah?
What?
That was his idea? The fire tokens?
It was his idea to not do it.
Oh.
Jeff Probst called him after he had this like convoluted fire token economy built out for like the new era. And he like explained the whole thing. And I guess Mike White was like, yeah, but is it fun? And Jeff was like, no, not really. So he got rid of all of it.
Just like I'm not looking for fun, I'm looking for personal growth here. That's what this
Yeah.
hair is about.
Duh.
Can you imagine if Big Brother turned into that? Like if Julie sat down with the players and been like, "Well, tell me, like what does this game mean for you, like personally? Like how has this helped you overcome your struggles?"
He might in her extended interviews. To be fair, I've never watched them.
No, because all she talks about is how your faith has helped you in the game.
That's
That's what it
true.
is. It's like,
Just
so
remember to
how
love one another.
how has your faith helped you play Big Brother? Like, Julie, this game is about lying. This is a game about sinning. Why are you hosting it?
It actually actively makes it harder, Julie. Like I don't know what to tell you.
It's very hard to have a relationship with God and play this game. Have you seen the sin we commit on the live feeds? Come on.
One of the like most favorite players of all time was called Judas in front of everybody.
Yeah, biblical reference. What are you talking about? It's good. It's good
Amen.
stuff. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. You want to just go through some of these contestants? I feel like every time we do this at the beginning of the season, we don't have much to say, so I'll just acknowledge that up top. We don't have to dissect every single one. Maybe just throw out a couple names. I mean, like early on, do you have a couple favorites you're looking at, or is it even too early to even begin to dissect who could be good at this game?
It's tough to tell. There's definitely a few people who I was pretty quickly like just turned off on where I was just like, oh, I don't like that. Like
That sounds
I'm
about right for you. I'm gonna be honest. That's
trying to keep an open mind with a lot of them because it's like you could like because some of it's like they're like the part of it's like the preview video and that can really turn you off to people. It can be like, oh, you're just actually I just hate you a lot. But yeah, I have a couple, not many that I like am rooting for, but a couple that I'm like, all right, there might be something there.
all right. Give me names. Who do you like?
I like Vince,
Okay.
and Vince makes me nervous because a couple people said I don't really know where Vince stands, and that makes me nervous when he was competing. And so I wonder if like yeah, it just feels like he's in a tough spot already, and
Mm-hmm.
so that makes me nervous. Um, Jimmy, I do like Jimmy. I think Jimmy could be a lot of chaos and could mess with the game a lot in a really fun way. I feel like he's ready to play. He gives me what's the dude in the most recent season of Survivor that was out early?
Thomas.
Thomas vibes. It might be partially because they're both gay, but
I was
also
gonna
because
ask.
they feel like they get. It might be. I'm not gonna hide from that. I do think Ashley could be fun. I feel like there's some interest there. Um, player wise, those are like the big ones that stand out immediately as players. I think.
Yeah. I guess I'll just touch on those quick. I think Vince is interesting. I don't know if it's just because of the mustache, but like he does remind me a little bit of Joseph from last year, which I was all
Yep.
in on Joseph. I don't know if you remember that, but like I was ready to go with
I
him
was
to the
all out on
end.
Joseph, so I've like switched. I like this mustache.
You know, I mean, like I don't dislike Vince, but I am worried like players like him that almost stand out in a cast, like have a tougher time integrating themselves into like alliances. Like you do just kind of want to be a normal person that blends in almost, you know?
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Like the fact that people, I remember Adrian for sure. I don't know who else said it, but like Adrian specifically was like, I don't know about Vince. Like, so, and I don't know. Adrian seems like he's a person that could have a lot of conversations. I don't know, good or bad, but like he's gonna have a lot of them. So that's not what you want to hear. But I do like Jimmy a lot. I hope he is the right level of chaos and strategy. I think he has the potential. I just worry because again, Big Brother sometimes the format of it prohibits people from living out like that full potential.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure.
The people that kind of stood out to me, I know I'm joking a lot about it, but like
Jimmy, real quick.
yeah.
Jimmy looks like O's Perlman, the like
Um
mentalist dude who like will be
yeah,
like,
he
"Hey, I'm gonna
lost
guess
me.
your pin number." You haven't seen? Oh, he's all over. He like go to NFL teams and be like, "Hey, I know who you're gonna pass it to. Also, here's your bank number."
I'm looking it up right now. I see it. Yeah. That's not a bad call. Don't know who that is though. Sorry.
You should watch his stuff, dude. He's fun.
I'll be sure to check him out. Uh immediately. People that I like. I feel like I like actually quite a bit. I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking right now. There's like probably 6 names I could rattle off. I do like Morgan.
You want to
As
go one by
much
one?
as I joked about Morgan being a gamer, I like the vibe and I like the calm energy in which she describes herself. I don't know if that makes
Mm.
sense, but it feels like a lot of people are very over the top, and I didn't feel that with her. So I think that could translate well. You
Interesting.
disagree?
I did feel like she was a lot. And like in these introductions and everything, they're like, give us energy. Give us all of the energy that's ever existed. And so it might be like after we see a little bit of them, it's like, oh no, she's pretty chill. But I like the gamer thing where it's like, I'm good at games and also I'm really, really fast and no one's gonna see that coming. It was just like, all right. Take it
I
easy.
mean, to her credit though, a gamer and a D1 athlete, like that's a pretty good
I
combination.
don't know how Fortnite's gonna help her in the Big Brother house.
Yeah, it's strategy. What are you talking about? You don't play Fortnite. Don't act
Okay.
like you know the skills that are
Sure.
necessary to get a dub. My goodness.
Sure. Sure.
Well, I don't know. Again, basing this off very little. I
Yeah.
kind of like Lauren,
Mm-hmm.
but mostly because like I think like her big trait to me right now is like super fan. That's like the thing that kept on coming up with her. But the way that she communicated it felt different than the typical super fan. Where I don't believe I'm like I actually believe that she's a super fan. I could be wrong. Like like
I
maybe
felt like
she's
she had receipts. Like she had like her HOH robe or whatever, where it's like, oh, you genuinely like, oh, you like this. You've liked this for 7 years. Like you've been in this.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. And so I don't know. I think like of the archetypes of like the pretty girl who's a super fan, probably gonna showmance. Like as of now, she's probably my favorite version of that person, if that
Okay.
makes sense. I I'll just put these two as a package because I think I like them for similar reasons. Keanu and Zay. Uh, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Keanu a dungeon master?
Yep, he is.
He is. Okay, I like
Which
that.
is definitely his part-time job, and they just put it as like his main thing.
Oh
I think he's
yes,
like
of
also a
course.
fitness instructor. Like
Uh huh.
he's a dungeon master.
I mean, like, good
I'd be
combination,
camping
right?
out here.
Like, and also Zay. I think like again, I think the only thing I'm doing here is comparing their archetype with previous archetypes. But like, as far as like the muscle heads go, these dudes seem pretty chill. And
Okay, I can
so,
see that.
if they're gonna be the stereotypical like we win competitions, they also seem like chill dudes that could get along with people. So, I think those are the names that kind of really stand out to me.
I think one thing that made me a little nervous about those two is they immediately what they showed was them like broing out immediately like dude you're huge, let's work out together. And it's like, oh, you don't want to start like you got to be very careful that that's not the image that you put out, because
Mm-hmm.
that's going to make you two a threat and you two a duo. And so I'd be like super cautious super early with that.
Yeah. No, that's valid.
But hey, being
Uh,
named after Keanu Reeves is sick. Named Zay is sick.
yeah. Maybe I just like them. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just.
You just want to be their friends for
I mean, I
real.
will say those four people I listed off. Those do seem like the coolest. Maybe that's what I go off of. Like, who would I trust in the house and want to work with? Because
I
I
think
don't.
Kelly's interesting too.
I was gonna say
I
I
think
don't know.
that's another one.
Kelly and Ava to me are like the same person. Like different shades of the same color.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
I mean,
I think Ava, what you said about Vince, where he like might stick out, Ava sticks out like a sore thumb to me.
well, yeah, obviously. I mean,
Pretty bad.
I don't
I
want
don't
to
know
be
if being
mean,
able to read
but
aura is
just.
gonna help her in good with the house.
Yeah. Well, because here's the thing: reading someone's aura is both a gift and a curse. Because like the
Yep.
gift that like I know you, right? You also have to have the ability to utilize that information correctly. So like, do you
Mm-hmm.
confront the person like, "Hey, your aura is bad," or do you tell someone else about that? And she's got to build a rapport. She's got to build up her resume to get people. Because like, I hate to say it, but like, there are some people out here that might lie about reading auras. So it's like you do kind of have to
No,
prove yourself a little bit.
that's
So
true.
I don't know. Like, I do feel for her for just having to live in this house and be careful of when you choose to reveal what.
Yeah, she's gonna be. I don't know. Whatever you said. Whatever. I don't know. She just like some of the facial expressions she was making, even when Julie was like outside the house talking to them, and she's like I don't know. I don't know. It'll
She's
be
trying to
interesting to
read
see how
people.
she's
That's what she
received.
does.
That's true. She was maybe there was auras around her that were freaking her out because she seemed very uncomfortable throughout a lot
Mm-hmm.
of it. She might be great. I'm open to that, but we'll see.
But you like Kelly better than her.
Yeah, Kelly. Kelly's like Midwest, like small town girl vibes, which is like what I grew up with. Ava's like big city art something vibes, which is just where they're from. But like that,
Mm-hmm.
that's not obviously the person that I see in like my past is gonna vibe more with me, you know?
Yeah. No, that's valid. Also worth noting, Kelly is the first person ever from South Dakota to be on Big Brother.
Yeah. I love South Dakota. I was in South Dakota last month, not 2 weeks
I'm
ago.
curious what other states are not represented. That would
I was gonna say
be
Idaho, but I'm pretty sure it is.
because I feel like, yeah, some of those like random ones are represented,
Would
and
intentionally be represented. Yeah.
that's their whole personality. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and even like Hawaii was represented last season. Alaska, you know? What if it's a random one? What if it's just like
Kentucky.
Missouri, you know?
Yeah.
Like like a sneaky large, or like Ohio, like a sneaky large state as far as population goes, but
Mhm.
yet like it's just so bland that they haven't found an archetype yet to pull from it, cuz like obviously California and New York, but even like I feel like most of the southern states have to be represented at this point.
Oh, gotta be. Oh, found a Reddit.
Great.
Let's go.
Is there a way
So,
you could quiz me on this?
oh yeah, what do you think is the most?
My gut says like California.
California's had 53 house guests.
What's
Crazy.
what's second place?
Um, the amount 28. Do you want to
Okay,
guess what state
so
it is?
California is pretty significantly above.
Comfortably, yeah.
I honestly don't think it'd be New York. Would it be like Texas?
No, Texas is third with
Okay,
27. It's Florida.
Florida. Wow, that's a lot. I mean, I can name off a couple from Florida, but that's more than I would have thought.
And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that have never had anybody. Hawaii's not included. When was this done? When was this Reddit? This Reddit post was 5 years ago.
Oh my
So excluding
goodness.
chemo, excluding what's her face,
Well,
Kelly.
that is so much data we don't have.
But it has Missouri, at a boy, West Virginia.
Makes sense.
I think that's Delaware. Delaware is the one that's right next to um
It's like kind of
Maryland,
south
right?
of New Jersey. Yeah.
Yep. Um, what's right next to Maine? Is that Vermont?
New Hampshire, I believe.
New Hampshire, and then Vermont. But New Hampshire, North and South Dakota has, which is wrong, obviously. What state is that? Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Utah. Which Utah is definitely
Wyoming
not
makes
true.
sense. Wait, is Zay technically from Utah? Yeah, he is.
And Kyle would have been too, but that wouldn't have been.
That's
Holly from
right.
BB21 is from Wyoming.
We got several ex-Mormons now who have played Big
Mhm.
Brother. That's exciting. I don't know what that means, but it's exciting.
So exciting. All right, let's get back to the house guest.
I I'm not even kidding. I am literally going to come up with like my own data and like fill in those gaps, and then I'm gonna come up with some sort of theory by next week. That's my homework. Like what state produced, like what are the likelihoods of, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Who else is on this cast that we haven't mentioned yet?
Do we want to do people that we're like not excited about or like
I,
not a
I hate to
fan
say
of?
it, I feel like that applies to you more than me. I don't I don't have
Maybe.
those
That's
strong
very
opinions.
possible.
I'll be honest. There's like no one here that I dislike.
Adrian seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's something that rubs me the wrong way about having your wall comp. And man, do I want him to make it long enough to be there for it. And oh, do I want him to lose. Oh, just so badly.
I'm always fascinated with the way that you view players. I'm not gonna lie. It is it is so entertaining to me.
Because like some people, I don't know why I go certain directions with certain people, but like Hunter, I was in on him, and he was that kind of vibe. But for some reason,
I think I could tell you what it is. I think you like people when they're humble. That
yeah,
I feel like that's an
humility's big to
important.
me,
Yep, that is like the trait. So Hunter was
and he
never
felt a little
like
cocky about it.
like you don't like when people brag about themselves.
That's occasionally true, unless you're funny about it. If you're funny and charming about it, because Tucker is
Uh-huh.
screaming, "I really like puzzles" as he beats people in puzzles is one of my favorite Big Brother things of all time.
That's valid.
I really like puzzles. Oh, it's so good every time.
It does make me sad we're not going to get a Tucker this year. Like that just I don't think it
Well,
exists
maybe.
right now. maybe
Who knows?
maybe it's Ava.
Maybe. I believe.
All right, who else don't you like?
Um, he was probably the big one. I mean, I'll say it. Raging feminist immediately makes me not a huge fan. Like I'm keeping an open mind that she was like kind of pushed to say that. And I have
Uh-huh.
nothing against feminism generally. You know that. This might come across very poorly on the internet and I might get canceled. Let's hope I don't run for president. Raging feminist feels excessive.
So it's the raging part specifically, like the
Yeah.
emphasis.
Yeah. Like she led with, "Oh, I'm a raging feminist." It's like
Mm-hmm.
what like all right, take it easy. I'm all for yeah.
So are you concerned she is just targeting men, only men, like
Yeah,
that type
that
of?
would be the concern.
Mm-hmm. That'd be bad for
She feels
us.
like
We're
she's
men.
trying to set up a women's alliance immediately, and I guess I get to watch that fail, which is always a treat.
What if? Okay,
That
but so
that
okay,
didn't feel great.
let's explore. Let's explore this. Let's
I take
say
that one back.
she sets up an all women's alliance, okay, and it
Yep.
succeeds. However that looks, maybe maybe one man makes it to the final three or four, but
Hmm.
final two is women. The majority of her alliance stays intact until final six. Like this is considered the first all female alliance that's successful. Would that make you like her more or less?
Interesting question.
Because on one hand, I could see you getting frustrated because the raging part of her descriptor like has
At the same time, I could be like, she did it. She's so good. No one's been able to do it. She did it. That's impressive. I think I want to believe that it would be
mm-hmm.
that she would win me over, and I'd can nope. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
I
I was going to say
can't even
I'm a
guess
raging
what
feminist.
you could. I'll say it for myself. What do you? I'm not scared.
It seems like a wild adjective to have on that to me.
Sure. There's like
And I think would carries maybe a negative connotation in my mind, which maybe is unfair.
I think
I'm
it's
willing to admit it's unfair
it
potentially.
it's often like associated with like anger, right? Like raging. I think it's
Yeah.
just such a aggressive term, you know.
Yeah, it
So,
gives off the like all men suck and being a man objectively makes you a terrible person and like that vibe, which I don't think is necessarily where she's coming from. I think
mhm.
it's like she doesn't need men. Men are like a necessary thing. I love that. Cool.
Mhm.
But it gives off this vibe of like all men suck, and it's like I like to think I don't suck that bad, but maybe I do.
I think I suck if we're going around the room, but that's just
Do I suck? Do you think I suck?
at some things.
All
Is
right.
that fair?
I'll put my hand up. I suck at some things.
Yeah. No, I mean I think like it'll be interesting to see how she plays it in the house. Because I don't know. I feel like I almost just disassociate anything that's in that opening package
Yeah,
unless it
and that's
like
fair.
comes back into the game. Uh, and I think it's just odd and maybe unfortunate that like that's literally the only thing we've seen with her. Like I'm sure
I'm
she had
latching onto it
confessionals, but
unnecessarily for sure.
no.
I'm
I think
genuinely intentionally keeping an open mind on her because I know that that's how they do those, and that's
hmm
unfair. But that's what I think of when I see her at this point.
yeah, no, I'm just curious like if that does carry over into the game. And let's say like she
Yeah,
targets
yeah.
all men because they're men, okay? That situation happens. Do you get frustrated because you feel like it's unfair that that's happening, or do you applaud it? Honestly, not so much different than like the cookout situation,
Yeah,
where it's like,
that's where my mind was. I wasn't gonna say it, but that's where my
no,
mind
I
was.
mean I think it's very similar because like I think most people just gave them props, because like they managed to successfully do it.
Mhm.
Honestly, I hate to say it, but I think if they would have failed, they might have gotten more hate. But because like you couldn't do anything but just be like, "Wow, that was impressive. Like you did it." And that's where I'm kind of curious, like if the first 6 out are men, it's kind of cool, right?
You might be actively rooting against it. But yeah, that's cool.
By week 5, I'd be in. I'd be like, let's get the last one out.
Let's get these boys out of here. Let's see. Who else do we have here? I don't think I have a strong opinion on anybody else, really.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Amy's there.
Riley clearly looks like Brad Pitt,
What a wild comparison. Just banana land. He gives me Brad Pitt vibes, does he? I don't know. He does feel like, I don't know. He wasn't what I expected him to be. I think I expected like I don't know. He feels like he might be more rough and tumble than I initially felt like I got. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. I think, and maybe this is what you mean. Maybe it's the opposite what you mean. I think my take was he feels more authentic than I originally thought.
Mm-hmm.
Where obviously you see the cast photo 2 days ago, it's like, oh, here's this archetype. And I would say, like, I think most of them have been sincere. I think, like,
Yeah.
who was Jason from 19? Like,
Mm-hmm.
he was an actual bull rider, right? Real. Even, like, Caleb, like, he wasn't this extent, but, like, he was generally himself, for better or for worse. And I think that's how I felt with Riley. I'm like, oh, so it's not like a Jasmine level where you're just going to have a fake accent and have these, like, like, scripted sayings that, like, aren't real. Like, I think Riley might be a real person.
Yeah, I forgot that happened. Yeah, that's absolutely what it is. But for me, like, I feel like he's not. I feel like he's willing to cut throats. I feel like we usually get the like southern good old country boy who's like too nice or like too like trying to be friends with everybody too much to actually like cut anybody or anything like that. But he felt like he was here to play a little bit more for me. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I agree with that. And then the other two that I literally have no thoughts on, Mickey and Will, which I don't know. They're there.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Mickey said she's a city girl who loves all things the city, but she also grew up in the country, so she also loves the things in the country. So she just loves everything. Love that
Well-rounded.
for her. I wonder if she rides horses. So does Riley. They might be friends. Will referred to himself in third person a lot in the interviews I saw and called himself Captain Will a lot.
Uh-huh.
Didn't love it. Personally. Didn't love it. And hey, there was a period where I thought it was funny to call myself in third person. I don't think he's trying to be funny. I think that's how he talks, and I don't like it. So, but hey, he might be great too. I feel like he's just the classic old person who will either be out in the first 2 votes or last until very long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Has anyone found his podcast?
Oh no, I haven't listened. It sounded like he just talks about girls basketball.
Oh, wait, I think I might have. Is this his page? Oh, I think I found his Instagram, and he's got clips. Yeah, this is. I mean, all these clips are just like him looking into the camera and talking basketball. So maybe he doesn't have a co-host. Maybe the term podcast is a little loose. But no, I mean he definitely has clips from last year. So not just a bit.
Love
I
that
don't
for
know.
him.
He's a real
Representing
podcaster.
for us.
Is this the first podcaster on Big Brother?
Ooh,
That's a good question. It might be.
maybe.
I feel like Survivor has had like, well, they had what was her name? Asia, who went out way too
Yeah,
early. But like this honestly
yeah.
might be.
And the dude from Pod Save America.
Yes,
They're on the same season.
same season. That was funny. Yeah, but this
You
might be
think
the
if we
first
got
podcaster.
put, what do you think they'd put for you if you were on one of these shows?
Probably an unemployed stay-at-home dad. I don't
I'd say
think.
stay-at-home dad. It wouldn't
I
say
don't.
unemployed for sure.
Yeah, no,
You don't think
maybe
they might do podcaster for you?
they might, but I think. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. What would they say for you? How could they explain your
Data
job?
analyst, I'm sure.
Sure. I feel like we see a lot of those, and
Yeah.
it's never explained what that means for their
Maybe
specific
pharmaceutical
career.
analyst if they want to get fancy with it.
That would be fun. That'd be a much. I like that better for you as
Yeah,
far as. But now, okay, would you be honest about that, or would you be concerned that that'd be too threatening?
I'd be honest about that.
Mm-hmm. You
Absolutely. I don't think there's there's nothing in my life that would be that threatening that I would lie about it on a show like this.
would you be honest about being a super fan, or do you consider yourself a super fan?
I've never watched the feed, so I don't know if I think I know Big Brother really well, but I haven't been a fan for that long. So like that would be a question mark as well of whether or
Mm-hmm.
not I would qualify. I know it better than most people, the vast majority of people, Big Brother and Survivor, and so I think I would consider myself one. In the times that I've played Survivor, it's been a challenge to not talk about the fact that I knew what was going on. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, especially in a Big Brother house where there's not much else going on, I'd probably let it slip that I know things.
Yeah.
I'd probably try to like not make it as clear like how well I know things, but I would definitely be like, yeah, I've watched a few seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I might hide the fact that I have a podcast.
About the show you're on.
Yeah. Yeah, actually that I think I'd hide.
Yeah, the past 6 seasons I've covered pretty in depth week to week.
Talk to somebody genuinely every week that the show is airing about this and then done
Analyzed
extra
every
podcasts
player, every
ranking.
move, every
Yep. Every twist.
uh-huh. The mechanics, what I would do in every situation,
Hmm.
the correct thing to do when you're when the power to choose who can compete for the first HOH, whatever
Yep.
whatever Jimmy did.
Yeah, whatever you got to do.
Yeah. All right, last question.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because we like hardly even talked about this person, Rachel Riley.
Yeah, I feel like that's the big name we
How
barely
well do
mentioned her.
you think she's actually going to do on this season?
I I don't think she's gonna do great. I think she's maybe like the perfect returner because I don't know if she has the like has the aura. I wouldn't usually that just feels like it
Ooh.
fits. She doesn't have the like vibe or the like type of person that like she's not a Boston Rob where I think people are gonna latch on to her and just do her bidding and she can just like cook this season. But I think she has some experience and will be able to like navigate for a little bit. But I think she'll probably be like late, maybe all like early jury, probably right before jury boot would be my guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
she's going to be overconfident, and people are going to see through it a little bit.
Well, it's so interesting because you're right. She isn't a she isn't one to recruit an alliance.
No, she's never been like.
Mm-hmm. So like having her in a position that like Paul was in 19, like that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm,
It's just
mm-mm.
not. But that's not her strength, so she might not need to do that. Now I think it's interesting because like her win in 13 is often viewed as one of the more not controversial, but like
I think it's a good word for it.
a major game twist that helped her out.
There's an asterisk for sure on it. I think for a lot of people, but yeah.
And not only that, but like entering the game with 5 other returning players that never happens in Big Brother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a built-in alliance already because it was the duo twist. So like she
Mm-hmm.
had her significant other in the game helping her, and she also had another pair of significant others that were helping. And so like I don't know. Her win is it's hard to point to like the things in that season that's like this is why she's amazing. Now I will say she's really good at playing the underdog. She also is pretty good at competitions. The season she won 4 HOHs. And this her first season she
Season with
won
AI
2.
Arena, or the what they call it.
I don't even remember. 13?
But yeah, another opportunity to get herself off the block is even more.
Mhm. So she can win competitions. Uh, so I just have no idea. Like I think she is a great player though because she isn't the obvious threat of like, oh, there's this one person in here that's just gonna crush us if we don't get her out. I could see some players keeping her around just because she doesn't come across as that threat. You know, like, and at the same time, she's not going to be like Suri, where Suri's just going to work people and play this low key game where she just secretly builds these relationships that are going to protect her. Like, she's not going to do that either. You know, I think her game's going to be very upfront, out in the open, and it's just going to be a question of like what these players decide to do with her.
Yeah. And she's got a reputation to take out floaters, so I wonder how that if that will impact the game at all.
That's actually valid. Especially because like that's the first thing she said in this episode, so like she better
Yeah.
uphold that.
But how many of if you had to guess percentage wise, how many people actually know who Rachel is?
uh, well, I
They probably gave him a
wonder.
Rachel season to watch and
I was gonna
sequester.
say that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I feel like most of them, if not all, probably do now, but before that, probably half. That'd be my guess. Because like even if you know Big Brother, like let's say you're not a super fan, but it's like, oh, I've seen a season or two. Chances are you're not going back that far. Like maybe you started 16 and beyond, and you watched like a but I don't know. Like we're, we're getting to the point where that's like 12 seasons. No, not 12. What am I saying? 15 seasons ago. That's a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, absolutely. She's only 40. That was surprising to me. Which it makes sense when you do the math, but it feels like she played so long ago.
Yeah, I mean, if you play in your early 20s, like that's gonna.
Yeah.
She's got time. I
Yeah.
think it's also worth noting I think she was like heavily rumored to be on All Stars 2, but then I believe she was pregnant at the time, so she couldn't.
Yeah.
Yes, so uh their second child was born November of 2020. So yes,
Yeah.
that would have been fun.
Hey, say what you want about her. She loves Big Brother.
She does. Reality royalty. All right, well, I look forward to this season.
As
For
do
now.
I.
That's all we got. For more episodes, you know where to find us. Apple Podcast, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube at NGAP Pod. That's at NGAP Pod. I'm Nathan. This is Tony, and we will see you next week.
Shout out all my dogs at the crib.